That was my cover of Shock Me by Ace Frehley and Kiss, coming in at number 50 on Guitar World Magazine's Top 100 Solos of All Time. Of all time? Excuse me. And I am halfway home. Yay, me. Feels good to be halfway there. It only took a year, but I take my time. A week per solo, I guess. But we're getting into the meat of this list coming up in the top 50. But on to this solo. That is one of Ace Frehley's best solos. Not one of, I think it is his best solo, and very well deserving of being on this list. Not so much because of its technical brilliance. I don't think anyone would argue that Ace Frehley was one of the most technically gifted guitar players of all time. But he was certainly one of the most influential guitar players of all time. He single-handedly, well, along with his Kiss bandmates, probably caused more young boys back in the 70s, 13, 14, 15-year-old boys, to pick up a guitar than anybody else, and than anybody else probably since. He was massively influential as a rock star guitar player to influence his fan base to start playing guitar, and that's really saying something. And then they're going to start digging into his licks, and they're going to start digging into his soloing style, and they're going to start being influenced by that. And his soloing style was very blues lick based, very pentatonic box blues licks, but he was a hell of a rhythmic melodic soloist. I think Marty Friedman, I read a radio interview transcript of Marty Friedman talking about Ace Frehley, saying that you could drop the needle on any Ace Frehley solo and know exactly what Kiss song that was. And that's true. His solos were just fit the song, the structure of the song beautifully. And while he wasn't, a Ritchie Blackmore or an Eddie Van Halen or an Alex Lifeson as far as technical skills go, he could really construct a solo. And this is an incredibly constructed solo. It has a beginning, it has a middle, it has a transition, it has an end. You can hum along to this solo. It's just so well constructed and so well put together. And just a lot of fun to learn and a lot of fun to play. And it's not an easy solo, I would put this at maybe an intermediate level of soloing. But it's got some nice little, it's mostly in, I think starts in A minor pentatonic, but it's using the Dorian mode, Dorian scales in this one, and then it shifts to a B minor. But just a lovely solo. It's got some nice little chromatic runs, and it's got some quick little licks in it. It's not easy. But that said, one of the other great things about Ace Frehley, with all these young guitar players back in the 70s picking up guitar, after they've been honing their skills for a year and a half or 2 years, Ace Frehley was accessible to them. They could learn Ace Frehley solos or some of Ace Frehley's solos. They couldn't really learn Eddie Van Halen solos or Ritchie Blackmore solos. After playing for a year and a half, 2 years, you can't really rip into Highway Stars, the solo for Highway Star, but you could rip into this solo and learn it and practice it. And so he was a very influential, very accessible guitar player. He was just massively influential. And I really enjoyed learning this and really enjoyed playing it. And I was a huge Kiss fan when I was 13 years old for 1 year. And then I got over it and moved on to Van Halen. But he didn't really influence me a whole lot. I think when I was into Kiss, I was still playing drums. I started out on drums before I moved on to guitar. And I think when I was 13, I was still playing drums. And after I moved on to I think to Van Halen, that's when I really started getting into guitar. And I'd moved on from Ace Frehley. But that's not taking anything away from how influential he was. And so anyway, great solo. I'm going to put a lesson plan together for this one. I don't think I'm going to do it right now. I think I'll probably do it over the next few days and upload it soon. But learn this one. It's got some great licks, and it's a hell of a lot of fun to play. And so anyway, that's it for this week, and I'll be back next week. I think Santana is, no, not Santana. Santana's not next. Santana is next on the list, but I've got an honorable mention coming up. I do this for every 10th solo, and I've got the perfect solo in mind. It's actually 3 solos, and I can't wait to dig into it and learn it. So, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'll keep you in suspense. So that's it for this week. Take care of yourselves. I hope you like that one. And we'll see you next time. Ciao.